Look, man, we gotta really take the time to learn how to control our sexual desires. We live in a world nowadays to where it's just a lot of pro sex going on. And don't get me wrong, that's okay in a sense, but we have to learn how to control ourselves, not overly abuse the gift that God gave us to have sex. Like we overly abuse it sometimes, and I came into play of that. Like I overly abused sex at one point in my life, and I realized that at that point in my life, it wasn't like I was even the happiest. Like I was low key at more of a depressed. I'm not saying I've never really been depressed, but I was more at a depressive state when I was just having sex with multiple women, giving my energy to all these women, and it didn't really accomplish nothing. So when I like, why I'm doing this video is because I think it's so important to really learn how to control that sexual desire, especially at a young age, because that's when us men want to explore. Like we have arousal, we get aroused easily, our testosterone. We want to explore, the opposite gender or whatever you're into. You want to explore something. But if you really learn and really study the energy, that sexual energy, that sexual tension, what it can create and what it can do for your life, that energy can really better your life for real. Like it can really get you motivated. You can use that energy to really create a positive impact on your life and somebody else's life. And that's what you want. You want to, when you like are in a different spirit of where you're not really looking for sex, you're not so dependent on sex, you don't mind it if it comes organically and naturally and it's a mutual interest, that's cool. But for you to just be like, oh, I want to have sex with all these women just to like hit and be gone, I don't think that's cool, because it's like you getting all these energies from all these women. You don't never want to be that nigga that's just easy, like a bitch could just easily hit you. Like easily hit you up and then you going. Nah, you gotta like be the type of nigga to where you not that accessible to just be, what I'm saying, going. You not just going with anything. You gotta be a nigga that's just like you got standards, bro. But if you a nigga that's just hitting everything, you really don't have no standards. Your sexual desires is, what I'm saying, taking a toll on you, because you'll go out your way just to get some pussy. You'll go out your way just to do anything to please a woman. You'll try to please a woman that's not even feeling you for real, because your mind is all messed up. You're not even coming to reality of this woman is really bad for my life. A lot of times men fall into the trap of dealing with a shitty ass woman because their sexual desires is taking a toll over their mind. So they're not making a smart decision. So they're just going, acting off of their feelings. And that's the worst thing you can do. Is so many men ruin their life because they can't control that desire to want to be with a woman. But when you learn that you don't need to be with a woman to make you feel whole or make you feel good about yourself, you got to learn how to feel good about yourself. Just being you, like literally just being you. I know it sounds cliche, but you got to learn how to be cool with just being alone or being to yourself, not needing like the next, not needing a partner to make you feel good. You got to learn how to make yourself feel good. And then if you want to accept somebody into your life, that's okay. But we don't realize, I feel like that's why they say like it's easy for certain people to get ahead in life than others, because if you really just be disciplined and learn how to control certain desires you have, whether that's women, whether that's, spending money, whether that's whatever it is, if you can learn how to just shut whatever like desires you have off and really focus, you'll get ahead. You'll get far ahead than a lot more of the niggas in this world, because it's hard, bro. It's hard to really just be disciplined and be like, I'm not gonna, have sex all the time. I'm not gonna chase these women. I'm not gonna keep freaking being my meat all the time. It's hard to be disciplined like that. But the people that are disciplined, they reap the rewards of creating something for themselves. Because I'm telling you, if you can just learn how to, and I'm not saying this to just not have sex with women or just to like be with one woman. If you want to have multiple women, that's cool. But learn how to take your time with the women. Don't be in a rush to just knock some shit down and get about your business. Because I'm telling you right now, you're gonna be carrying a lot of baggage when you just have sex with a woman and she just put all her, you could be just dealing with a depressing ass woman and now you feeling depressed the next day. Like, I I've witnessed this, bro. I've experienced this. So I know the feeling of just dealing with all these women, having sex with all these women. You'll be, bro, rushing to the clinic, rushing for a bunch of things, bro. So that's not the thing that's going to be fulfilling to you. It's cool, but you got to know how to be able to pick the right women. You could have a stable of women or a roster of women if that's what you want, and you know you're just not that type of person to be just with one woman. You can be with multiple women, but that doesn't mean just giving your body away to anybody. You got to learn that this is the right woman for me. There's no such thing as a perfect woman, but it can be a right woman for you. She knows you. She knows what you want and what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? You're not just gonna go for any old type of woman because she look good and she got status. No, you need a certain caliber of woman that you want to deal with, and that's the standard you have to have. But before you can even have the ability to say, creating those demands of, oh, I want this type of woman, I want that type of woman, you have to create something for yourself. You have to build yourself up. That's why it's the hardest part of people being successful and not successful. The main thing is them sexual desires that we have, bro. If we know how to control that, then we can get to our dreams, our goals, what we want to be. But sometimes we get distracted because a woman want to call us over, a woman wants to be in our world. But sometimes you gotta separate yourself from women sometimes to get where you gotta go. And now once you there, it's like the ball is in your hand. Now you can start making some demands. Now you can start having options, and now you can start creating standards and creating boundaries and not tolerating the shit that you used to tolerate when you was a nobody, or not even just a nobody, when you didn't have nothing going on. It's different when you got something going on for yourself and you really doing something with your life, then you're not doing nothing with your life. You're going to tolerate the bullshit from women, but I guarantee you're not going to tolerate bullshit from women if you have something going on for yourself. So that's the best thing I think we need to understand as men. Like, we have to learn how to control our sexual desires. You have to learn how to treat sex as a reward. If you haven't got off your ass and done something to better your life as an individual, you shouldn't be having sex. You shouldn't be having sex like 4, 5, 7 times throughout the day, all these times throughout the week. I'm listening to men or just women. Like, women are different because women, they want to have sex all throughout the day. But us as men, we have to be disciplined. Women don't have to be disciplined. They could do whatever they want and they get the benefit of the doubt. Us as men don't get the benefit of the doubt. If you have sex with too many women and you don't have your shit together, you're not gonna be successful in this life. I'm sorry, you can't do it. I've tried, and when you think that you can have these rosters and all these hoes on your line and you don't have nothing going on for yourself, it's not gonna work, bro. You have to get yourself up. You have to get some type of motion going. You don't gotta be the richest man in the world, but you have to have something going on for yourself. Because especially if you don't have nothing going on for yourself and you think that you're gonna be dealing with all these women or having sex with all these women, your emotions are gonna get involved. That's when your emotions get involved. When you don't have your emotions towards your goals or towards your dreams or towards what you want to do with your life, your emotions are gonna go towards the women. They gotta go somewhere, or you're human. Your emotions are gonna be drawn towards something. So if they're not drawn towards you, what you gotta do, they're gonna be drawn towards women. And we already know that when you get your feelings involved with a bunch of women or just women in general, when you put your all into a woman, they'll break you. They'll really hurt you, bro. And you don't want to go through that hurt. But when you got some shit going on, when you got a little motion going on, you got some shit rolling, you're not gonna worry about what she been doing. If she been doing you dirty or if she been playing with you, she been ghosting you, you're not gonna worry about that. It's like, okay, boom, well, at least I got this going on for myself. I guess I gotta find somebody else. That's the type of mentality you gotta have. But some people don't have that. Some people will wait 5, 6, 7 years just to try to get at this one girl because they are so infatuated with the thought of being with this woman when you could have been spending all that time working on yourself, and then maybe she would have started chasing you and been like, oh, he changed his whole life around. Like, I didn't like him before, but I like him now. That's how that's how you gotta play it, bro. You gotta really play this dating shit as a game. You can't really get too caught up into like getting rejected or like just the bullshit of it, the negative part of dating. Like, you have to treat dating as like a playful game, bro. You win some, you lose some, but don't get caught up into try to overly do it. You don't want to abuse it of like trying to sleep with too many women that you can't handle it. If you can, I'm not that type of man that's going to tell you don't do it. If you can do it, do it. But know that you got to learn how to balance it out. You can't think you're going to just be with all these women and still be on your goals, still be on your purpose. It has to be a balance, bro. And you got to remember, bro, women can sense when a man is controlled by his sexual desires. A woman can pick up on that. You all up on every type of woman. You don't got no morals when it comes to women. You'll knock a woman's sister down, a woman's best friend down. Like, sometimes you gotta have morals. Would I be telling you this in my college days? No, but I've learned, I've grown, and sometimes you can still be a player. You can still be doing your shit, but you gotta have morals in a sense. You don't want to just be fucking these women over and, you know what I'm saying, really treating them bad. You want to treat a woman good, bro. That's the point of women. Niggas that be treating women bad, bro, it be making it seem like they don't like women. Like, I like women. I love women. So I'm always want to treat a woman good. Now, do I get caught up into trying to deal with multiple women? That's my flaw. Maybe it is. But all I know is that when you can learn how to not be so like, no, not always be, you can be friendly with women, but not be always so going towards all these women, bro. You gotta learn how to relax sometimes, because when you go into a room full of women and you so like, oh my God, there's all these women, let me go talk to her. The woman that really might like you be like, oh nah, I'm not really feeling him. I was, but he in too many all these women faces. Now, if they in your face, if the woman is coming towards you, then that's a different story. But if you going towards all the women trying to see who you can get at, sometimes that's not attractive towards women, bro. They want to see a man that can be laid back, see if the women is going to come to him. That's where the confidence comes from. You. That's where you know you got confidence. When you really can walk into a room with a girl, say if you got a girl on your side, and not look at anybody else. You giving that woman your undivided attention, because I'm with you, whether it's for this moment or if we dating or whatever it is. Whenever we go out, I'm focused on you. I'm not focused on nobody else. I can't even see another woman in sight. And she's gonna pick up on that, like, damn, like, all these women is looking at him, but he's not paying them no mind. Like, he's really like giving me his undivided attention. That's gonna make a woman feel special, bro. That's gonna make a woman feel like she's the only woman in the world in your eyes. That's what you want to make her feel like. But if you got a woman, or even if you single and you trying to like talk to all these women, but you doing it so bluntly and you don't got no finesse and know how to do it, then you just gonna look like a hoe, and you gonna look like you just, what the women say, community dick or whatever they say. But if you learn how to, like, you know, develop your game, develop like I feel like talking to women, dating, it's like techniques. You gotta develop shit. You gotta develop your game, not, you know what I'm saying, like in a playful way though. You gotta just be like, okay, this is how I go about talking to women. Everybody got their own little way about going about women. I got my own little way. Other people got their own little way. So you just gotta keep developing your techniques of how you go about women, and just play it as a game, bro. Don't get so caught up into like a woman. You know what I'm saying? Don't get so caught up into like the bullshit. But yeah, man, like, learn how to really control them desires, because it's gonna save you in the long run.